Okay, so let's look at these questions. Write the set represented on each number line below in interval notation. So here we have got 4 at the beginning, we have 16 at the end. 4 is included, 16 is included, so that means if we're writing in interval notation, there's a few things that we need to take into consideration. That shaded means closed, shaded in the beginning means closed bracket, square bracket, facing to the right. Shaded at the end means closed. That's if there's two shaded dots on either side, but a shaded on the left side means opens a square bracket like this. A shaded on this side of the line means closed, looking to this side. Okay, so if we look at this, 4 and 16. Okay, so we have the 4, we have the 16, and what we have then obviously above the number line is shaded, that. So that means x is an element of square bracket 4 to 16, closed like that. So that's what we mean by a shaded dot in the shaded dot, square bracket. Okay, let's move on to the next one. We have open -12, open 12. So open dot means not included, and not included means open. Open on the left if it's like between a line. Open dot means open bracket facing this side, open bracket facing that side if it's open like that. So basically, if we now look at the example that we had there above, we have a number line. We have -12, we've got 12, we've got an open dot there. In between, there's that line. So that basically means we say x is an element of. Okay, so we are not going to use square bracket, we're going to use open bracket, -12 to 12, open bracket. Okay, so that works out quite nicely and beautifully there. Okay, so let's look at another example. An example with -3 this side, we have 7 this side, we have shaded, there's a line there. So that means x is an element of, let's say, open -3 to 7, closed. Okay, because why is it open dot? Because -3 is not included, so we use an open bracket to what? To 7, all the way to 7. So we use a shaded dot because the shaded dot there means closed bracket or square bracket 7. So -3 to 7. That's what this means. This means -3 and this means to 7. Because -3 all the way to 7 is what we are basically referring to here with the interval notation. Let's look at another example. Let's say we have an open, and we have 3/4 as our numerical value, and the arrow is pointing in this direction with no shaded dot to basically limit the interval. So basically that means x is what? All these numbers that are this side from 3/4 are actually numbers that are greater than 3/4. Okay, and so we say open bracket. Okay, yeah, but obviously this would be our inequality form, but we know that if we write in interval notation, x is an element of, so we do then say what? We say open bracket 3/4 to where? To infinity. And infinity is not an actual number, but it's a concept that indicates that numbers go on forever and ever. So we say 3/4 to infinity. Okay, so get another last and final example. Let's say we have -13, we have an open dot again, and the arrow this time around is facing that side. What do we say here? All we simply do is say x is an element of -infinity to -13. Now since it's an open dot, means open bracket. And then one last small example. Let's say we had, for interval notation, let's say we have 5, we have a shaded dot, and the arrow points that way. What does that mean? It means x is an element of, we say -infinity to who? To 5. And we use a closed square bracket. Okay, so guys, I hope you will all understand this approach on how to represent things using interval implementation. I hope it's straightforward for all of you. Thank you.